ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to episode 19 of One Credit Classics. It's hard to think of a NES game for me that a part of a franchise that kickstarted the popularity of an entire kind of range of games, an entire franchise itself, I suppose, than Capcom's Megaman 2. Christmas Eve 1988 this came out. It's just perfect. There was a lot of momentum behind the first game, but it was kind of one of those games that people looked at as a bit of a cult favourite. But with Mega Man 2, they truly blew the doors open. It was the most popular Mega Man game of the entire franchise, sold millions of copies. And there's a lot of gameplay elements that they developed as a result of this that made it a lot better than the first one. There was 8 robots, there was Dr Wily's castle. Every time you beat a robot like in the previous one, you were able to salvage parts of it and develop your own weapon systems. There was no set path through it, so there was strategy in terms of which robots you took out. And Dr. Light also featured in it as well. He gave you different weapons. His were more defensive weapons in terms of being able to tackle different terrains and things like that, really. It's just phenomenal. There's no two ways about it. It's just one of those games that when Nintendo bought the mini NES out recently, everybody knew Mega Man 2 would be on it. It had to be. It's the most famous game of the entire franchise. It's the most playable game of the entire franchise, and it comes out at a point where everything's just starting to click for Nintendo. The soundtrack as well, as you can hear now, this bit's fairly famous. And what else you notice as well is that the entire soundtrack itself, each level, each robot level's got a different tone and a different musicality, and there's loads of bands who play like Mega Man 2 stuff regularly. Bands like Bit Brigade, the VGM cover band, they all love stuff like this, and it's because it's so varied, it draws on so many different influences. What I'll be attempting to do is to obviously not continue, but stroll through all the 8 of the robots levels, beat them all up obviously, as is the case with these games. Stroll into Dr. Wily's castle. I think there's 6 levels on Dr. Wily's castle, then all the bosses again, then about 4. There's a lot of bosses. It's a big in this one, so make sure you get yourself a cup of tea, get yourself comfortable. Subscriptions wise, I have no idea what we're on, because obviously I pre-record a lot of these. We were on 103 when I recorded this. Who knows? Who only knows? There's going to be some more videos out in the next couple of weeks. Obviously we're rapidly approaching Christmas. Maybe be a big project over Christmas. It's still undecided really as to what game I'm going to do, but I have got a few ideas. But yeah, it's Mega Man 2. It's just genius. It's pure Nintendo Capcom genius. And that's what we're going to do today. So let's get started, shall we? So, straight from the start, every bit of music you can subconsciously tell I'm not a man to. Start with Metalman. Simply because, one, his level's the easiest for how good a weapon you get, and his weapon's probably the best one in the entire game in terms of, 1, how versatile it is, 2, how much easier it makes the whole game, and 3, how many bosses you can actually take down with it. Well, another thing I'll say is, there will be, just because the way the game's designed, there's quite a bit of flickering in some of these levels. So, obviously this will be recorded in in HD as much as possible. So when you go into, if you're on a connection where you're not getting billed for data, slam the video quality up to the highest you can get it up to, and you'll see what I can see. So, this bit. What I'm going to do just for a tiny bit is I am just going to farm a little bit. Now the things you see, the blue things are sub-weapon energy. Now we don't need those because we haven't got any sub-weapons. The black ones are health, but there's so many of these things, and what happens is, 1 out of every so often, you'll get an extra life. And this is probably, there's a bit right near the end where you get another good opportunity, but this bit is a great opportunity for just a quick 20-30 seconds of farming on the off chance, bang, you end up with an extra life. Like that. So we'll go onwards. And the other thing is, you get hit quite a bit, but it doesn't matter, because if you stand there at any one spot for long enough, you're bound to get some energy back. Like the bigger ones obviously give more health, so that, and another extra life. Happy with that, well happy. 2 extra lives have come out of that. You can literally farm that all day if you want. Right, over the top. I'm good for extra lives. Music gets me every time on this game. Every single stage there'll be a part where I don't say anything. It's just because subconsciously I'm humming this song in my head. So, take these guys out. There's one tricky bit, and it's not really that tricky, but there's one bit that's easy to down on this, and it's when there's a jump you have to make right off the top. But if you've got good momentum, you'll ace it. With the big towers, you've got to hit the face, obviously. And it's this bit. There we go. Easy to mess that jump up. And obviously, if you mess it up, you die. No, I didn't need that. Whenever you're on the floor, these things move. But you can just scroll them off, which is good. And that is the end of Metalman's level. So as happens with all these levels, what you've got to do is you've got to get in there to the boss's lair. And you've got to beat him. Now, Metalman's unusual because he's the one, if you choose to do him first, you've got to just use the normal buster weapon to beat him. You've basically just got to try and, when the screen flashes, the thingy changes direction, the conveyor belt changes direction, and what you need to try and do is just avoid the things and fire like as close a volley of shots as you can. Nearly spilt me a cup of tea then. Settle down. So what we see now is we get a weapon, the Metal Blade. Pretty sure that was probably a heavy metal compilation album in the 80s. That drum bit gets me every time. Onward. So, Metalman's weapon makes Bubbleman an absolute piece of cake. And that's how the game works, really. These initial stages, anyhow. It's picking the right weapon for the right situation. Oh yeah, it's not this bit, is it? I was thinking it's a bit of the crabs that come down the stage, but it's not. Another great, and I go on about video game music all the time, but the great thing about the soundtrack to this is just like every stage has got kind of its own like melody and its own kind of feel, its own kind of style, really, which is so cool. Right, is it left or right here? I think it's right. It is as well. No, it's not. It's left. Amazing. The first of many gaffes on this, I imagine. Right, into the water. Now, in the water, the problem that you've got is these black spikes that you see. Oh, another extra life. It's being generous today. Is the black spikes, there they are, will kill you with one hit. And when you're underwater, you can jump like really, really high. So what you've got to be careful of is there's a couple of areas where you've really got to judge the jumps. These robotic prawn type fish things, you can farm as well, realistically, because the big fishes like spew a load of them out if you're after lives. So see, like jump too high there, you're dead. So it's about getting the just the sensitivity of your jump spot on. This music though. Just every single time. There's a bit in any song on this soundtrack where I had this on my phone for so long. I've still got it actually. But like, it's one of the first soundtracks I remember downloading and sticking on my phone and being legitimately happy. Right, onwards. This is the bit. So what you're best doing here is waiting. Because getting hit by that can really mess your day up, as you might imagine. And one other thing that you notice with this game especially is the fact that every now and then, let's say you haven't got full health. Change weapons. So this is your weapon select screen. I've got one energy tank. You can collect 4. They give you full health back. P is your standard weapon, and I'm going to use M, which is the Metal Blade. But like I was saying, if you haven't got full health or full superpower, if you're just about to make a jump and you walk to the end of a platform where there's a pickup there, you'll stop for a second, and it can really throw your rhythm off when you're jumping. Right, so this cat, Bubbleman. Not the hardest, to be honest. Gets absolutely creamed by the Metal Blade. That little drum kit gets me every time. And we're off. So as you see now, what happened is you get another weapon. The bubble lead, or lead, however you want to pronounce it. It's situationally, through levels, not very handy. When it comes to beating bosses, there's certain bosses that you have to use. There's certain bosses that can only be hit by that. Airman next. He looks serious, doesn't he? Rocks a few shrugs. He ain't got a neck, to be honest. A mandatory comment about how good the soundtrack is. Right. This bit. All about the timing here. What you've got to do is take these things out. Not get hit by them. And then time it so when the horns are down, you jump onto the platform. See, that could have been close there. Keep that clear. Wait for this to go down. Get in there. Now, change weapon here to the metal blade. Just because the metal blade you can fire in 8 directions. And it only takes 2 of them to take these guys out. So what you need to do, like that, you see. Because the problem is, if you leave those guys on for too long, they've got an animation where he throws that lightning bolt like that, and it does damage. But more importantly, the damage isn't great, but it's the fact that you can be knocked off your platform. Now these things, you find these on quite a few of the levels, these birds that drop the eggs. Now, when they drop, a load of chicks hatch out and they all come at you. The great thing about the metal blade is it's just the best weapon for farming these. Because all of them have got a chance to drop. So you can literally fire maybe 1 or 2 shots and get a load of stuff. Even if it's just like a bit of energy back or whatever. You farm them for lives too, but that, like I say, I think I've outstayed my welcome with getting lives. Back to these rather strange looking platforms. You always end up getting it there, and it always looks like you're not going to make it. You see what I mean now by... like there. I didn't have a clean run at that then. Oh, God, that was close. It's just about that momentum, you see. Take care of them quite easily. That was so cheap. He was behind it. It's behind the cloud then. Extra life there, don't matter. Weird thing with that guy is he's quite glitchy. You can kind of scroll him off a bit. Right. Gotta concentrate. You can die so cheaply on this level. Perfect. Right, so the weapon you need to do more damage to him is the Woodman's weapon. But Woodman's weapon's rubbish. And he takes double damage as opposed to a lot of the other robots from just your standard buster gun. So what you're better doing is hopping over the first one like that, and then just trying to get him with the standard gun. To be honest, he'll jump now. Not the cleanest clear you'll ever see, but still, you get the idea. If he fires a tornado that's slightly up, you can literally just proper gun him underneath it, and it makes it loads easier. 3 down, 5 to go. And get equipped with the air shooter, which fires 3 tornadoes upwards. It's phenomenal for killing one specific boss, and that boss is the boss we're going to do next. Also a message from Dr. Light, who stopped by to say he's made us item 2, which is a weapon, another weapon, but it's like an air sled. So you jump on it, and then it transports you across as long as you're standing on it. Doesn't seem super helpful. It is dead helpful for one particular level and a few other bits and pieces, which we'll see later. So, stage select time. Sorry, I just like this music. Crashman. I often wonder if it was English, excuse me, and he was supposed to be Clashman. You never know. Come out to rock the Casbah or something. Anyhow, once again, the single most versatile weapon in the entire game, the Metal Blade, or the Deadly Dinner Plate, as my mate Dave nicknamed it. It does look a bit like a dinner plate, to be honest. This music again, though. I'll say it at the start of every level. I might as well just say it 7 times now, and then, although there's more than 7 stages left. But yeah. Sorted. Those things are a nightmare to try and kill properly. Oh, bit wild there. Hence why the Metal Blade's so handy on this level. Because literally, you can just fire in 8 directions, which is just stupidly handy. For just stuff like this when you're stuck in one space. Because with normal weapons, if you're stuck in one space, you've just got to... You can only go left or right, really. I feel like, what's his name, is Spinal Tap. When you're on 10, right across the board, where is there to go? Nowhere. Well, we want that extra push. You know what we do? Turn it up to 11. I'm not doing the whole scene. But anyhow, Spinal Tap. A central feature of all these clears. Onwards up here into the clouds. Nice. Now there's a cheap bit here where you've got to get it pretty much. Because there's one of these tin hat things on this one of these platforms. This is Jones as well. You'd be knackered climbing a ladder this big. So here we go. Got to try and get as far forward as possible. There you go. Even if you get knocked off, you can still fall and land there, but it's a nightmare if you miss time and go all the way down to the bottom. Right, forget him. What I need to do here, another level, sorry, where the Metal Blade's super handy. Because I can get that energy. And therein lies the problem with a lot of the, you can collect those health power-ups, but the real problem is, unless they get, like, stuck on a bit of the terrain, they just fall through and you can't actually get them. So it's an absolute nightmare. Because you can get up here and literally really need health or really need more power for your Metal Blade and not be able to pick them up. Nice. Now, there's an energy tank on here and it's worth getting. So I'll dip down here and get it. And then what I'll do is I'll use the sled that Dr. Light's given me. Like that, you see. You can see it just goes off into the distance like that. Same again up here, because I think there's an extra life. Yeah, there is. Like, it's not worth going... It's worth going at your way at easy bits to farm kind of lives. But realistically, if there's a quick shortcut, you can take one, get a life. It's worth doing. Right. How much energy have I got? About 2/3? Yeah, it's fine. So, take the weapon we just got. The air shooter. Now, Crashman, I should jump and fire the tornadoes, and he should jump straight into it. And again. That bass running in the smashing machine. You walked right onto it! It drops Mark Kerr in that training session. That's brutal, isn't it? No, it's not Mark Kerr. It's Rico Rodriguez, in it, for Mark Kerr. And he says to Mark Kerr's like, I want you to beat up my friend. Alright. Oh, bass. Right. Get equipped with Crash Bomber. Very handy. This allows us to blow up parts of blocks of different levels. One such level you'll see now. Heatman. The guy who looks like a fire in an industrial bin. This cup of tea is phenomenal. I never want it to end. Right. Metal Blade once again. That stuff on the floor, the lava on the floor, one touch of that will kill me instantly. Unless I've been hit by something. And if I've been hit by something, I'm temporarily invincible. So if you do get hit and knocked into it, get out quickly or you'll die. See there. Teeing up a jump, collected that thing, had to stop and kind of go back a little bit. Right. Time this one right. This one, a central theme of this level, disappearing and reappearing platforms. And you'll see why when we go on to the next bit. Oh no, I'm alright here. Now this is the bit you'll notice that... Really? Really? I've never seen that. Amazing. It's a good job we collected those extra lives. Wrath of the Glitch King. That's amazing. Anyhow. Bloody... Oh, God. That was... I nearly got me in. Right, I need focusing. So, those blocks that look like stickle bricks there, or Lego, you can actually blow it with a crash bomb. It makes it easier to try and get through some of the bits of the levels like that, you see. But the problem is, once you've fired one of those out, you are quite vulnerable because you can't fire anything else. So what I'll do is I'll wait for this block to disappear and then go through like that. Now this is the bit. I can't believe how glitchy that death was. Glitchy and scratchy. This bit. You have to memorize all this if you want to do this properly. Do you know what I mean? Well, I don't want to. So, I'll do what everybody does. And just use power up 2. Yeah, no. Unbelievable, innit? Imagine trying to memorize all that. Is it? Yeah. Now these things. Absolute nightmare. Oh, that's why. Getting hit by the actual... Getting hit by the gun he's got doesn't hurt at all. Getting hit by the actual tank itself absolutely wounds. We got here anything? No. Right. Might struggle here. Right, I've just not got to get hit, basically. I can kill him with 3 hits, but I've just not got to give him any. Let's see. Let's try and get shot off early. Ugh, didn't need that. Got him. God, that wasn't pretty, was it? It was equivalent to that first fight I had on last week's video. The James Buster Douglas boxing, that right 4-round war I had with that guy. That was a scrap though, wasn't it? The atomic fire. A weapon that you can charge up and do like a big shot. Takes half your like energy, basically, half your weapon energy, but it does a boatload of damage. Item 1 is a platform with a propeller on it that flies upwards. Handy, very handy. On to where we're going to go next. Flashman's level, I think. I'll put the order I do these in the description box as well. Yeah, Flashman. A man incompatible with iPads. If you see what I did there. Come on. Alright, ignore that joke. Just listen to this music. Didn't even need to hit him. Right. As you're noticing, floors slippy slidey all over the place, which is a bit of a nightmare. Just quicker to do this though. Right. What I need to do here. The key to moving forward on this is to do jumps. Because basically, pulling jumps like that, there you go, makes up for that glitch we had in the last one. Onwards through here. I don't think he might be able to get me from here. Let's see. No. Take this way through because it's quicker. Get some energy back as well. I can't remember what I need here. Go the metal blade just in case. When in doubt. Nice. Didn't even need to do that. Mindless. Onwards down through here. That's good. No, I didn't. Right. Cut across. Oh, no. See, I hate this. I thought I was going to be able to make that then. See, this isn't too bad, actually. I'm probably going to get hit here. You can absolutely drill him if you've got a turbo fire pad, but still. Where's the fun in that? See if I can get this jumping pattern down to avoid all these idiots. Nice. Energy tank, and, like I say, I think I need the crash bomber here, if I remember rightly. There we go. Just makes the level easier, doesn't it? Right, I need the metal blade for this boss, because he's yet another one. It's made easy by it. You're supposed to have, there's supposed to be one weapon that works for every boss, theoretically, and there is, but, like, the metal blade just seems to absolutely smash everybody. Do you know what I mean? That geezer didn't fancy it at all. I mean, there's probably weapons that do... Like, there's weapons that do ridiculous amounts. Like, when you saw me do Crashman with that air gun. I mean, that absolutely wounded. But, like, we'll do Woodman next. And the metal blade's good for Woodman. You can kill him fairly quickly with it. But the one that you're supposed to use to beat him is the atomic fire, which we will absolutely murk him with. He's basically kindling at that point. What's Dr. Light saying? Why is my beard longer than my head? He's got volume on that. The problem with growing a beard long, right, is the fact that it's almost impossible to get volume like that. It just gets really wispy. Like when you get it kind of long. It just looks like, I don't know, you just look like an exclamation mark. Anyhow. Item 3 is a wall crawling platform, a vertical one. Right. Woodman, looking like a terrible Halloween costume. A lot of green eyeliner though. Strong look. Nice, drummer up, Phil Collins all over this. So this level starts basically like the last of them, with me spamming the metal blade. It's just so good though. I just think it's the fact that 1, it's fast, 2, it does quite a lot of damage, and 3, the big one, is the fact that you can use it in 8 directions. So like this, what you're supposed to do there is stand on that platform and jump in at him. But no, not with the metal blade. I'll just absolutely obliterate him. This is the only one of these that's hard with use the metal blade. And even that wasn't that hard. But to be fair, that was quite well executed, but still. Like this guy, for example. You can get him in the lead foot if you time it right. Done. Oh yeah. This music's mesmeric. I'm sorry if there's not too much commentary on this bit. It's just fun, isn't it? It's just a great soundtrack. Nice. Oh. Like I say, that's why a lot of the time it is worth just waiting for them. Because you can obliterate them all with 1 if you time it right. And end up with a load of power-ups. And then when you've just got to go, then like I say, if you pre-shoot the egg, then it doesn't hatch all the birds and just disappears. But if you let the birds hatch, what now? Oh, one of these. Oh, get some. See, another one. Very hard. Excuse me. Very hard without the metal blade. I can't say enough. I can't say it's like Alan Partridge. The best Megaman weapon I've ever owned. Is the bit with the robot chickens? Yeah, it is. You might as well just keep running through these. They kind of jump after they've been on the screen long enough. Right, Woodman. His weapon, the wood shield, or the leaf shield, or whatever it's called, absolute garbage. So. Leaves fall from the sky, and then he'll fire one of these at me. I'll jump over it. I'll dodge this leaf. Sit down. And then I'll one-shot him with the, with the atomic fire. I mean, some of them are quite obvious, if you look at it. Like, the fact, for example, that a fire weapon's going to beat the wood bloke. But I mean, like, the metal guy beating the bubble guy, do you know what I mean? Some of it's are a bit like 8-bit, 16-bit logic. Right, Quickman. With the quick Boomerang. Now this level, probably one of the trickiest ones out of all the robots. Another great soundtrack. Might as well get that live, because I get the feeling we might need it on this. Straight back on the metal blade. Weapon of choice. One Credit Classic weapon of choice. And you'll see why this level's on in a sec. Now, if you've done Flashman's level, which we have done, you can use his weapon. It stops time. So you can use Flashman's time stopper. But, to be honest, extra life, nice, nice. But, it's worth saving Flashman's level because Flashman's level makes Quickman dead easy. Because basically what happens is, you can hit Quickman with the time stopper, and as the time stops, his energy goes down. So you can effectively just beat him with half an energy bar. This is the bit where I might end up dying. We'll soon see. Down that way. Oh, God, that's close. Yeah, you go right here. And then continue left here. Oh, God, that's close. Sorted. Now these things. I hate these. The key to them, really, is like I say, don't get it by them. Get it by the guns, but just don't get it by them. Beautiful. Follow my own advice sometimes, shouldn't I? Right. It's another thing that makes this guy's level a bit trickier. Right. I might die here, but... No, I should be alright. Worst comes to worst, I'll break an energy tank out because I know there's one at the start of the next level. And I've already got 4. No, I missed him with that. Right. Now that should kill him. The time stop weapon on the Quickman kind of makes sense, I suppose. And like I say, his weapon, because I always do these levels in this order, I get Quickman's Boomerang this late on, and it's quite indispensable from here on, because there's a lot of bosses that are made very easy by the use of this. Right, here he is. Dr Wily. Why is that a design feature of that thing? How high is he? A lot of issues there, but anyhow. As he fades off into the middle distance. Into his unfathomably shaped castle. Imagine the architect on that. I can have like a load of aerials. Anything else? Yeah, I can have a skull. And do you know what I mean? A skull at the front. This music, though. Shout outs to my good friend Wilson, who I know is a big fan of these clears. And yeah, I'll say it now. If I ever do pick up the bass guitar again, it's because me and Wilson have started a video game cover band. No ifs, ands, or buts. That's the only way that it's happening. I'll use I'll use this one. That would be a lot of fun, though, wouldn't it? Come out rocking this. There's so many bands who've covered this. Like this. You look at like VGM cover band, the Bit Brigade video where they've got like, they play a festival and they've got like a guy playing Megaman on the screen while they do the soundtrack and they do like all the levels and it's all, oh, it's just sick. Absolutely sick. Nice. How many lives have we got? 8. Should be alright. Come on, come on, come on. Yeah. Ugh. Probably better ways. Probably kill him with the tornado thing as well, actually. I never even thought of that. Not quite enough. That should kill him. Nice. Right, what do I need? Yeah, I need some 3. Make weapon 3 great again. So what I need here is weapon 1. And I need a few of them. Amazing. I deserve to die with skills like that. Terrible. Don't bode well for the next bit. There we go. Now all the way up this massive ladder while listening to this music. To a boss that literally scared the life out of me as a child. I apologise in advance if I don't really say a lot, because I've got to try and get my jumping rhythm down. Right. Gun him with... If you get it there, you'll only get knocked off, and then you should just be able to gun him before he dies. Oh! Trying to do that with the buster shot's dead hard. But if you stand further forward enough on that platform, you can generally just absolutely strip him to pieces with that quick boomerang. Dun, dun. Right, onward. Music's relentless, isn't it? Get some of that back. These things, these really hurt if they land on your head. Hey up, we'll have that. Right, I need a weapon 2 here. Now if I stand close to the edge of it here, what I should be able to do is not get the first one and get the second one. There you go. I don't even need that, I think, but I think there's an extra life down here. Yes. How many now? 11. Perfect. Fingers crossed, unless I have an absolute meltdown, that should be enough. Almost did time of the music, that was. Right, oh yeah. What I need to do here... There we go. Do you know what? Might as well get that as well while I'm here. While I'm in the neighbourhood. And when I drop here, what I need to do is drop to the right. Amazing. You don't get those bits in modern games. You really don't, like bits where you just expected to know that you could die at any point. Modern gamers. Don't get me started on modern gamers. I got this guy I work with and he's pretty sound. He's just started. But, mate, millennial gamers. I give it to him all the time. He always talks about like games being difficult and like older games and stuff and only being able to play them for like half an hour and everything. Dude needs to fix up. I hope you're listening to V to this. Because seriously, you need to get yourself into it. You need to get yourself into playing Megaman. It'll toughen you up. It's a learning experience. Either that or you could just go in and play FIFA or something. There you go. This, another place, phenomenal place for just farming stuff as and when you need it. Especially with the metal blade, because here's the thing, you haven't got the metal blade when you've got all these things on that first level. Is there any other weapon we need? I don't... No, I'll be alright. Boomerang. Although, to be fair, if it's right there, why wouldn't I? Nice. Straight back to the metal blade. And then we'll get gone, shall we? You probably noticed that I've got full energy sub-tanks and I haven't used any. It's simply because the last kind of... last couple of bosses are kind of a bit tricky, so it's worth kind of saving one. See if I can make that. Oh, settle down, that was decent. Right, I need the bubble lead for this boss, so I'll equip that. Now this bit's tough, especially when it goes all flickery and sketchy. No. I only got it once though, it's not too bad. Right, where am I falling here? Oh, there. Right. Into here. Now, the boss here. Might need a sub-tank here, we'll see. These come from across and upwards. What you have to do is just hit them with a bubble lead. It's not a problem. But what you need to do is these two panels that I'm on never go up or never go across. So you're always safe standing here. But what you've got to be careful of is, obviously, the enemies are going to come straight at... Ugh, the enemies are going to come straight at you. I ain't taking chances here. There we go. Not the cleanest kill you'll ever see, but you get the point. And that, in a nutshell, is why it's worth collecting all the energy tanks. Right. Is this the short level? I can't remember. Yeah, this one isn't too long, but it's underwater. There's one bit at the end that's really, really tricky, I seem to remember. There might be a sub-tank here, if I remember on as well. Yeah. Beautiful. We'll have that. Crash bomb my way through this wall. Twice. Oh, and a refill. Decent. Get the good old metal blade equipped. And down into here. Now. Got to time this right. Simply because there's a massive fish here. I'm pretty sure that thing can kill you with one hit. Right, this bit. This is the tough bit. If there's a point where most clears come to die, it's here. Alright. Oh! See. Corrected way too quickly. Right, let's do it again. Should have trusted my instincts. I was right first time. Still, that's why you need a good supply of extra lives, really. God, I nearly didn't make that. Right, let's focus, shall we? This music doesn't help. It's like tension. Okay, now I need to come across here a little bit. I should be alright there, I think. Yeah, there we go. I mean, that's only doable because I know how to do it. Like, imagine as a kid in the 80s, pre-internet, trying to figure that out. Falling off the screen, dead. You'd be like, oh, great. Far right here. And then up and across. Onward to a boss that, if I remember rightly, is way more menacing than he actually appears to be. I remember this geezer looking serious. So what I need to do... quick boomerang, ladies and gentlemen. Thing is, I don't even know, like, who the quick boomerang beats. Like, if you use it as, if you got it first, for example, or you'd struggle to get it first. But if you get it early on, longer level this one probably one of the tougher ones, really. How many lives have we got? 12. Yeah, we're fine. I was going to say if I had less than 10, what I might do is I think there's an extra life somewhere in here. Might be worth getting, but I think I'll be alright. But it takes a bit of a, not a while, but you've got to go out your way to get it, like. Onwards up here. This music, though, is building the tension in it. See, so what you need to do is go up and across and then back that way, and there's gaps in this thing, so you'd fall through it. So it makes sense to just, I can never remember where they are, to be honest, to be brutally honest with you. Like, same with that. Why would you even risk it? You might as well just use the sled. We're alright for energy, so I can leave that. Now this bit. This bit where you go down the ladder. Yeah, check how cheap this is. I'm going to talk about 80s games in a snapshot. Imagine if you just drop off that ladder. Dead. Unfathomable. So what you need to do, once again, why in the Kingdom of the Blind, the Metal Blade is king. I could have jumped at any point here, to be honest. Down this way. Wait for this one to come round. Nice. I need to follow this and jump to the left. So jump up there, and then it comes back round. Get back on it. Round and down. There's about 3 or 4 screens like this. Like I say, Metal Blade. Weapon of Kings. It just makes everything easier. The fact you can shoot in like 8 directions. Rather like a young Peter North. Anyhow, enough of that. Well, not even that young, to be honest. He was working till well in his... Anyhow, details. Right. Ask my mate Joel about that. He knows all about it. Anyhow. So, what I'll do here is I'll just dip out and get on the sled. And I think now, all there is now is a room full of those dead annoying giant... Yeah, them. Like you say, getting it by the gun, not a problem. Does like 2 blocks of damage. Getting it by the... I'll have to take that. Getting it by the actual thing itself, ruins. Scroll this one on. See, that's alright, because he's taking 2... I'll get that energy as well. Be invincible for a bit. I think there's another one, is it? I can't remember. Now this, but I warn you in advance, right? This will get flickery as anything, because there's just loads going on the screen at once. What I've got to do is try and take these portals out. God almighty, that's terrible. Right, so wait here. The only weapon you can use is crash bombers here. Okay, so that's 1 down. So another one of these. Yeah, like I say, turn your screen all the way up to full, because like your video quality all the way up to full, because you ain't got a chance otherwise. I'll have to take an energy thing as well. The other problem is, you can't... I haven't topped that, have I? No, that's alright. You can't miss. Like, every shot has to be perfect. Otherwise, that's it, you've blown it. Let's get down here. Okay, that's him gone. Right, get out with one of these. And I've got 4 crash bombs left. Oh, come on. I've got 4 crash bombs left, right? So what I'll do is hug this wall. Wait up here. And even if you get hit... And that's it. Okay. Done. As you can see, a tricky boss from what you probably saw of it. Like I say, bang your video quality up to high if you want to see that. But what I had to do was go up the first one, kill that thing by the green wall, back round, do you know what I mean, clockwise, and then take all the rest of them out. But the pressure is there, like I say, you can't miss. So, the staple of 80s games, the boss rush. Let's get the Metal Blade. Check this out. Metal Blade on Metalman. 1 shot. Unreal, innit? But obviously you can never do that because you've got to beat him to get it. Flashman. Metal Blade again. Dead. Crashman, right, I need the air thing. Shot. Dead. One man wrecking crew here. Quickman, right. Oh yeah, this one's a bit tougher. I can't crash bomb him. Try just get him with the regular gun. Get him down about half damage. Then, what I should be able to do... Time stop him. Unlucky, son! Nice. Wrath of the Glitch King. It's not glitching, it just feels like it. Bubbleman, is it? Yep. Once again, Metal Blade for life. Oh, I didn't get to collect the energy power up, that's a shame. Woodman next. This chump. Absolutely jobbing with the heat weapon. Yeah, get that. I want to say it's Fireman next. No, it's Airman. Shall I use that wood? I haven't used that weapon all game. Right, let's use the leaf shield, shall we? That did a lot of damage, don't get me wrong, but it's just garbage. That's what it does. And then when you take damage, I think it fires forward. I just can't bring myself to use it. It's that rubbish. Right, Fireman, is it? Yep, here he is. Firing a skip man, he should be called. Oh, I jumped way too early there. Can I get that? Yes. Handy. Right, one more door should appear. Up at the top. So here we go. Dr. Wily. Absolutely jobbing with a metal blaze to start with. Gets energy bar back. These things really hurt. So, what I'll do... I mean, what's the point of having them if you ain't going to use them, right? The problem with them is they're like elixirs in a roleplay game. You know when you find an elixir in a roleplay game and it's rare and you never want to use it, and then you get to the last battle and you've got like 40 elixirs and you haven't used any of them? There's loads of points during the game when you could have used them. Right then. Level up. Oh, the level after the last level, is it? Cheers. Bit of a fall this, if I seem to remember correctly. Because that's not annoying. Can't get touched by that. Does your damage, obviously. There's no sequence to this, though, which is annoying. There is to the next one, I think. It just goes 1, 2, 3, like. So you're alright with that. But that... the one before was quite random. And onwards. To... Dr. Wily himself. If he could fly, why did he need that? Questions answered later. He turns into an alien whose weakness is bubbles, quite randomly, and who seems to be only capable of flying on a figure-8 pattern. There we go. So there's not much way in the commentary of this. I'm just trying not to die. It is a fairly predictable pattern once you get used to it, but if you try and get greedy and do multiple hits, it's dead easy to get hit. And there's basically only 1 or 2 places in the entire section you can hit him. And that, my good friends, is 1 credit as advertised. Here he is, Dr. Wily, Amazon sale day. With his Beatron Bluetooth hologram. I bet his missus loves that. It's another load of Bluetooth bollocks you don't need from the Amazon sale just because it was cheap. Do you know when they put 75% off? It's only 75% off the top sale price, which is never the actual price. Anyhow, that's details. Geezer's flapped it. He's at my mercy there. Dave, at this point, when we were on a plane the other day, said, just throw a dinner plate at him, metal blade him in the head. And realistically, because there was another 6 games after this, I probably should have done, because he clearly can't be trusted. And that, my good friends, is Megaman 2. A longer video, really. Cheers for sticking with me this whole time. Funny thing was, I've actually beat this twice. I did it last night, but the volume levels weren't right. I ain't having another Mickey Mouse another Mickey Mouse scenario. I ran the emulator again today and did a few test runs and got the sound down to a better level and then put some headphones on, and still a hobby that I'm not taking too seriously, obviously. But of course it starts raining. And then you see him change through the various outfits. Go through the seasons. Pretty good ending for the NES, this, when you consider the time. And there we go. Mega Man 2, my good friends. There are so many games in this series. So many. The Mega Man X series, the Mega Man and Zero series. There's loads of different... there was even I swear there was a card-based one that I had on my... I want to say I had it on my DS. I don't think I... No. Yeah, DS. I swear there was a DS card-based one. I probably should have looked it up. But yeah, it's at the center of everything that was good about Nintendo at that point. It's just phenomenally playable, liquid platform action. That was what they did better, really. Until Sonic came along, which was a different type of platformer. Nobody did this like Nintendo. You look at the, like, Castlevania, Mega Man, Mario. Like, it's no coincidence that these games are coming out on the same system. It's no coincidence that this system's gaining incredible momentum and gaining incredible leverage. People talk about Alex Kidd on the Master System primarily, on the Mega Drive a bit. Obviously Sonic, but Sonic had to take the platform game and do something different to it, and had to bring that speed to it, which all the Mega Drive geeks always loved, you know what I mean? They always bring up blast processing whenever we have these Mega Drive versus SNES conversations. But it was just because when it came to like that platform action, you couldn't really touch Nintendo. Mario Brothers, like I say, Castlevania, and they're all from they're not just Nintendo. Like, this is Capcom, obviously Castlevania's Konami. So many, so many good games. Nice. Bit of an echo on the end as well. So what I'll do now is I'll press start, and it'll take me back to the title sequence. Thank you, good people, very much for being a part of One Credit Classics, as always. I pre-record all these, so I have no idea how many subscribers I'm on, who said what. But if you watch these videos and you comment on these videos, you're a good human being, you know? Because I'm at work like 9 to 5, and I'll check my phone every now and again, and there'll be notifications from different things. But whenever I get a YouTube one, I'm really psyched, because I'm just really interested to see what people think of this content. This is coming out on the 21st of December, I want to say. Like I say, I'm trying to work out in the future. There will be another video out, and it'll come out in the next couple of days, I think. I've got plans to get it sorted and get it recorded. It's something a bit different. Nice. So I have got plans to sort that out, but more on that in the Junus of course, to quote Garth Marenghi. Congratulations to whoever won the mug. If nobody won the mug, I don't know what to tell you. It was as simple a question as I could find. All right? Listen. No, I'm joking. But yeah, that was Mega Man 2. Dig it out and play it, and figure out a different way of doing it. That's the great thing about it. Figure out a different way, like do the Heatman level, and do the Heatman level with the disappearing platforms, and then when you die, think to yourself, oh yeah, Ben was right, wasn't he? Like, there's no point in doing this. Who am I trying to impress? But yeah. Thanks very much once again for being a part of One Credit Classics. You people are amazing, and I shall speak to you good people very soon. Take care.